This episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup.
What's going on?
Hey, brother, how are you?
Not bad at all. Yourself?
Yeah, good, man. Good for a Thursday afternoon. I think it is. I don't know. Where is it there? What?
It's early in the morning. It's 10 a.m. in Poland, Warsaw.
Oh, mate, I got you up early.
No, that's fine. I wake up like 8-ish.
Oh, true. Mate, living the dream. Living the dream. How you been?
Yeah.
All right. It's been a little while since we've spoken.
When was that? Remind me.
Oh, dude, before download, I believe. I was meant to talk to you last time, but, you know.
Yeah, the download festivals were fucking amazing. I will never forget that. That was the best Aussie experience for us ever. Even though I really dig and I truly loved all the experiences there. Like from the very first moments when we put our feet on your land, on the kangaroo land, with Sandworks, Brad and Dyson, and they kind of became a family ever since. Fucking dying to play for you people again. Every time I had the fucking time of my life. I love this hemisphere.
We love having you down here. And hey, shout out to Dicey and Brad. They're good dudes.
Absolutely, I love those guys. And every time we have so much fun, and it's good business. It's always been a good business. But foremost, a friendship, you know, a really like friendly relationship. And I'm really happy to see those guys, you know, building up a solid business, you know, that it's like with Behemoth, you know, it never started with money. It was never money driven. You're just a metalhead. You're a fan. You just want to be a part of this network. And then eventually it grows, you know, and then like when money shows up, you're like, okay, I gladly accept that, you know, and eventually gonna become a professional. So they really started from zero to hero, same like me.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, I remember when you guys first toured here many, many moons ago, and you played, I think it was the basement. And then just seeing it every time, it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And then last time I see you on the big stage, you know, you're playing with Anthrax. Was it Anthrax at the River stage? Man.
It was Slayers and
that's right.
Ghost, I believe. It was awesome, fucking awesome. Like
it was too good of a time.
Alice in Chains, Judas Priest was there, you know. I remember I was already like fucked up and just singing along with Rob. Awesome.
Man. I know it was the best time. But of course, I mean, this new Behemoth album, dude, it's fucking great.
What do you think of it?
Sorry, man.
What do you think?
I like it. I really like it, man. And I was about to get into that. That obviously Opvs Contra Natvram. Is that how you pronounce
Perfect.
it? Hey, there we go.
Just as you read it. That's it.
Well, I mean,
it's Latin, you know. So I mean, obviously, you know, like American speaking people, like English speaking people will try to make it sound something else.
Yeah.
But it should be very hard. It's Latin. I mean, no one knows how people pronounce Latin because there's no sources really. But I just say Opvs Contra Natvram. That's it.
Sounds better when you say it. See, I say it in my Australian accent, and it's just
That's fine.
It's there. But I mean, how was it putting it together creatively over the last couple of years, being that, you know, not just juggling, you know, other projects, but you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur as well. You do a lot of stuff, and then 2020 happened. How was it trying to juggle that and put it all together?
Well, in the first place, Behemoth has always been my priority. So I never just, you know, put anything, you know, before that. So going on tour, making a record, just, you know, paying attention to like Behemoth comes always first. So if, you know, you got your priorities set up, you know, it's never gonna fuck up any schedules or anything, you know. So I just know exactly how it works. So you know, obviously I had this new Behemoth album in mind, you know, it was growing there. It was pre-pandemic. We started demoing already. Usually it starts here on this sofa. I just grab my guitar. I'm never really like plugged into an amp. I just fucking, you know, let's call it dry rehearsal or whatever. Just hear, you know, I just hear this. And then like I kind of envision what might come out of this, you know, my, you know, doing like this little thing here. And then I just take it to the rehearsal room. So it started pre-pandemic, then pandemic started. We were off Slipknot tour. It was big for us, but it was extremely draining. And I was about to jump right into Me and That Man cycle. And honestly, and I said it publicly, so it's like no secret anymore, you know. Back then, I was just fucking praying to the ancient ones for the world to stop. I'm like, I already had like shows in line, like Me and That Man. And right after that, we were supposed to do some festivals and then like go right into writing and recording Behemoth. And seeing that and having like all that baggage on my back, you know, all these experiences, all this fucking, you know, I was worn out clearly, you know, fucking relentless touring throughout the year. And then I'm off having like 2 weeks to regroup and then jump into Me and That Man project. And then right after that, writing Behemoth and recording Behemoth. So if it wasn't for pandemic, probably now we'd be talking 13th album now. But I was done, man. I was just sitting in my room like, I don't want to do it. And then the world stopped, you know, and it was a sigh of relief for me. So I stopped. I mean, I just did Me and That Man online, just talking to people like that. And I just chilled the fuck out. Like 2-3 months later, I went for some holidays. Actually, I was going on holidays like every 3-4 months. I was somewhere exotic place, reading a lot of books. And I told Behemoth guys, hey, we're taking it easy. We're not stressing our balls. I'll just write chunks, you know, and then when I got enough, I'll bring it to the rehearsal room. We take it from there. And so did we, you know, and we were writing throughout pandemic. We recorded throughout pandemic. We took way more time for recording due to no deadlines, basically, than ever. We got the biggest budget from Nuclear Blast. So thank you so much, Nuclear Blast, for, you know, supplying us with all the means that we needed. That's why we could fucking top absolutely legendary mixing guy, Joe Barrisi, fucking Nine Inch Nails, Queens of the Stone Age, Monster Magnets, like all the like rock bands, Slipknot, a lot of like mainstream rock bands, you know. So he would have like a different approach, you know, to the mixing, and he did an amazing job. It sounds different, very against the current, very against what you expect from today's death or black metal productions, which is awesome. And then we got fucking Bob Ludwig to master the record, and Bob is, I don't know, he's 80 plus, and he did fucking everyone, Madonna, The Who, Jimi Hendrix, Queen, everyone, you name, he did master those legends, you know, alive and dead. So we were in line just, hey, you know, would you master a record, you know? And he actually complimented that. I remember he just reading his notes, like, and he was complimenting Joe Barrisi. Man, I mean, the music is so intense and so dense, and yet it's so, like, everything is so well balanced and placed in, you know, in the spectrum, in the soundscape. And so, okay, I guess like these guys definitely know better than, you know, kids in the internet what the metal should sound like. And then the record was out, and trust me, again, it's a new record. It's a fresh record, of course, but for me, it's not new anymore. I mean, songs are like, what, 2-3 years old, and I already got a bunch of ideas for future endeavors, you know, and just don't be surprised, you know, if you see or read, you know, the Behemoth is in the studio sooner than later.
What, next week? Or
no. Next week we are rehearsing for the upcoming tour in Europe. So
Nice.
So no, but I'm sure, you know, next year we'll be just doing something. I don't know, maybe something smaller, maybe an EP or something. But I mean, I'm writing. I'm fucking. I got ideas. I don't want to stop. I have my moments, you know, that I get burned out and I get like bored and shit. You know, there's conflicts going, and then there's like, you know, the overall vibe in the world is fucking. Let's put it mildly weird. So I
Yeah.
don't know where we're going really, you know, but I mean, I don't want to stop.
And that's what I like about you is your enthusiasm and you just go, man. You know, sometimes I'll be like flipping through like Instagram or something and I'll see you post something. I'll be like, oh man, Nergal doesn't stop. Why should I stop?
I'm I think I took it after my mother. She's 76 now, I believe. And she's a perpetuum mobile, man. She never stops. And while my father, who's 1 year older than her, he's 77. He's actually suffering from cancer now. He's not really in the best shape,
Very
sadly. But she's 76. She looks 60ish, and she's just full force, like in ongoing, like all the time. And I believe that that kind of attitude, it can be, you know, draining, of course. It
yes.
can be also draining for people around, you know, because you're so absorbing and it can be intoxicating too with that, you know, like I'm very, you know, stressed and I'm very like on point, discipline. I got this fucking mercenary, fucking soldier, sporty life code, okay?
Yep.
So for some people who are a bit more like laid back or lazy or whatever, it could be a little bit too much. But I guess that this, what eventually, if anything, will give you some longevity. You know, you can maintain your life in the best spirit. You know, because even if you're all like fucking wrinkled and crippled and stuff, you know, you can still be like remain a creative mind and just keep on learning, keep on traveling, keep on reading books and so on and so on. And I guess that I'm that type of a person. So of course, like yesterday, my yesterday's routine was, I mean, it wasn't, I mean, like, yeah, I woke up, I went to Barbarian, our barber shop, you know, that's like, it's kind of my office too, you know, so I just grabbed some of the shirts for the Vintage Hell. If there's anyone watching this, you know, Vintage Hell 69 on Instagram is my little boutique or fucking secondhand shop.
Yep.
Because I'm a huge collector myself, so I kind of, you know, go, keep it, you know, sell it, resell it, fucking trade and stuff, you know, that's a hobby, okay? But I would just be doing drop yesterday of shirts and shit, you know, and then just run into just go on the set because we were shooting another video for the new record.
Yeah.
So it's like boom, 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 and now like today my schedule interview wise is fucking insane. I'm doing. I need to count like I think 12 or 14 interviews.
Oh, dude.
And I'm doing this while driving back to my other home to visit my parents, which is like 4 hour drive from here. So I always combine that. Okay, like after I'm done with this section of interviews, I go for a run. I go back, pack, and I need to be in the car, all packed and ready before 2 p.m. because there's another section of European interviews starting. So I have to drive, so I'm not distracted by fucking packing or whatever. So it's very hectic, but you can see I'm not a complainer. I'm cool. Give me work. I'm dying to talk about new record. I'm excited, you know, and I mean, like it's tiring. It can be tiring talking to people. It can be annoying, but it's definitely it's part of the job that I got to do. But in the end of the day, I love doing that.
Absolutely, man. And you know, this album, it feels like it's connected to the last two. There's a bit of a thread there. I don't know if it's production or it's definitely the style because the albums before that seem very connected. Is that a conscious thing that you go into?
No. I agree that this is like, it's not a trilogy, but You know, they somehow complement each other. And obviously, the Satanists, I'll let you the darkest, Opvs Contra Natvram are way different than Evangelion, Apostasy, and Demigod.
Yes, absolutely.
So maybe there's something going on here. I don't know. I didn't pay. I mean, when I see them thing, I'm like, well, yeah, I guess I kind of changed some things. You know, after I was like hospitalized, I get out, you know, the hospital, and then I just decided, I don't want to force my voice. I don't want to do like any more of those like low guttural voices. You know, I want my scream to be more human-like. You know, that's why it's mainly just main vocal and not like fucking Demigod or Evangelion.
Like all the layers,
yeah, all the layers. There are layers, you know, but even if there are layers, they're not overwhelming. They're like, you're not like, there are layers and you're not even aware that there's more vocals. I don't know. It sounds like it's just him singing. Okay, so we really know how to play it out, so it sounds very organic, and that is the point. So I mean, there's definitely a thread. There's definitely a link. One can say that it's a continuation, but then, I mean, what matters to me the most is that we never really repeat ourselves.
Yes.
Every record is I bet that you put it on as like, what's that intro? Is a song? What's that? And then like Malaya Vulgata, bang, bang, bang. So, you know, there's still things, even like album logistics, you know, the way like dynamics work on the record. We've never done that before. It's different. It's always, there's always nuances, you know, to differ this one from the predecessor and the one before. So yeah, and it's really difficult to maintain that spirit when you are 45. You have 30 years plus career under the belt, and you are releasing a 12th record. Okay.
Yes.
But I gotta say, I think we managed to deliver quality, and you know, and it's not like copy paste. It's never been like that. So there's something like, even if you don't like Behemoth, I don't think you can ever say, oh, there's no quality, or you know, you can say anything, you know. But I bet that people gotta say, this is honest, this is fucking brutal. This is fucking balls out extreme metal, you know, of the 21st century, and that's it. You know, you may not like it, or you may like it, but I'm talking about some objectivism here.
But I think, you know, you're right, and it's going back to before, you said it sounds incredible as well. So people can't say, because a lot of extreme metal and black metal stuff, it's all condensed and squished down, and you know, it's just blasting. There's that wall of sound. But I think you've created something really special over, you know, over the last few albums, especially. Like, it's just the evolution of Behemoth is
see, I mean,
exciting.
I tell you what my problem is with today's extreme metal music. I'd say 98% what I hear is a blur. And maybe I'm just a boomer. Maybe I'm just fucking old. You know, I just don't get it.
No.
But you know, I grew up on David Vincent. I grew up on listening to worshiping fucking Tom Arias and Quartons and Tom Warriors and Varg Vikernes and all those guys. And even like in every case that I mentioned, and there's fucking more, they were all part of extreme metal of those times, which was 90s. And even fucking Burzum, you know, you could hear words. You could, there was so much charisma in the vocals. Or David Vincent, he fucking mastered that. He would just growl, but you could like the intonation, the articulation of it was just wow. And I grew up on that, you know, so I never want to lose that, you know. So when you listen to Behemoth, I really want you to hear words or recognize words, you know, get the message. Well, sometimes when I like Spotify suggests me, the algorithm suggests me, oh, listen to X, Y, or this band, you know. In the first place, I look at the artwork and I have an impression that every band has the same fucking artist doing artwork, and it's all a blur. And logos, it's a blur, you know, and then I play and like, and I'm like, man, Darkthrone did that in 91. Why repeating it in such a bad style? Fucking don't do it.
Yeah.
Please don't do it. and I'm just not buying it, you know. I'm not buying that. So there's hardly any new music that I dig, you know. There are newer bands that I think are absolutely fucking amazing. And I'm not saying they're original, but they bring something fresh and new, because that's what I'm looking for in music. So Galsved, you know, the Norwegian act, you know, I think there's something different about this band, even though it's within the canon, but it's different. And I'm like, okay, that's unique. Or Bolzer, another band, like fucking two-piece band, you know, it's different. The vibes, you know, the vibrations, the climate of that. It's part of the genre. Yes, that's what I like it, but it's the vocal and everything. It's just unique. But it's only 1-2%, you know, the stuff out there. All the rest is just copy paste to me. And I mean, like Deathspell Omega is one of those bands that just, okay, I mean, this is something else, you know, and I'm looking for something else. Please don't give copy paste. I know that people like what they already heard, you know, like, so when they see the copy of a copy of a copy, they're like, they feel safe, you know. I don't want to feel fucking safe when listening to radical extreme music, you know. I want to be disturbed. I want to be like, what the fuck is this?
That's it. That's
so
exactly right.
So I really hope that, you know, when people, you know, put press, you know, start button on the new album, you know, and the post-God Nirvana start, they'd be like confused. And then Malaria, who got a 2-minute banger, just fucking smashes their faces with a 10-ton hammer and almost a punky attitude, you know, and fuck you attitude. They'd be like, what the fuck, you know? They're gonna take back those words, you know, when I read some comments when we released the most mellow song as the first one, or My Herculean Exile is almost it's not a ballad, but it's a storytelling, monotonous song, like a Burzumish kind of, you know. And we released it, and like there were like comments, some, but still, someone cut off Nergal's balls, you know, where's Behemoth Will Love, where's Blast Beats, where's this, where's that, you know. And I'm like, okay, just wait, you know, because you're not gonna take it. It's intense as fuck. Let's see if you're gonna take the whole record.
Yeah, wait till you hear the whole fucking thing. See, and that's the thing. People make their comments even though they haven't heard the whole fucking album. It's like they gotta wait and hear the whole thing, which is it's incredible, man. And I can't wait to get it on vinyl. Add it to the collection.
I mean, like the artistic side of the record is another story. I think, I mean, it's hard to compete with yourself, you know. Don't get me wrong. Satanist was nice. I loved Future Darkest artwork, graphics were fucking next level. And this is the same or maybe a half level up, but it's different again. And the way we approach it, you know, same with the cover, you know. I mean, I'm like, there's no force in the world, you know, that's gonna make me fucking use another painting or another drawing, you know, the fucking 18th century Gustav Doré inspired drawing. Fucking everyone does it. So when everyone does it, run the fuck away from it. That is the first rule. I mean, if you see that everyone is just going that direction, run the other one. That is the main fucking artistic formula for me, the main rule, that they're just beyond anything. This is my decalogue, you know, just don't go where everyone goes. If you see there's a lot of that, don't do that. Just do something else. That's why we're like, okay, let's make it more minimalistic. Let's just make it like one striking 3D sculpture, you know, that's gonna, I don't know, it could be a Rammstein cover, you know, it could be Nine Inch Nails cover, or Willie Manson, rather than fucking, I don't know, you name it, you know, another black or death metal band, you know. I don't want to do what other bands do, you know. And I understand there's gonna be criticism coming, you know, but I know how it works, you know. It's like I've just been watching this really cool interview with Glenn Benton the other day, and he's like, yeah, when Legion came up, you know, we got a lot of criticism. And the guy's like, what? Yeah, back then, you know, people didn't get that. It was like just they complained about the sound and like few years later they'd be like worshiping the record, and they just one of the, you know, death metal milestones, you know. Or when Themysterios Dom Satanas came out, like within the underground, people were like bitching about Attila's vocals. And for some reason, I was just fucking, man, it's another planet, his vocals. I was in love with those vocals. But like a lot of people like, yeah, I should be dead singing, you know, all those experts, you know, shut the fuck up, you know.
Yeah.
The guy is just doing something so remarkable and so unprecedented. Let him fucking release his artistic vision the way he wants, you know, and even if he's risking the legendary status, but obviously he didn't, you know, because look at Mayhem now. The Mysterious Dom Satanas is the black metal album of decades. And Attila is doing amazing. Mayhem is doing amazing, still releasing quality music. So like to all the naysayers, all the haters,
that's the best way of doing it. Hey man, and that's what you could, that's the only thing you can do is just, as you said, run the other way, do your own thing, be original. And that's why you're still doing it, like what, 30 years later.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dudes that are
I
still...
must have done something right.
You did, mate. You did, and you're still doing it right, mate. But hey, I appreciate you hanging out on the show, Nergal. It's always good to catch up with you, man. And we'll have all the links down here. Let's
by the way, Amanda shirt, is this band still around?
Yeah, fucking oath they are, man.
Okay, so, I mean, who like if you know the guys, or maybe some of them are watching this, you know, sending love. I had amazing times, you know. I remember the tour we did together. I even stayed at the guitarist's place for a holidays, and they were very generous, very cool people. So regards to those guys.
I will, man. Hey, I'll send it on to that because man, they are an incredible band. Their latest album that came out last year, dude, check it out. Fucking amazing.
Okay.
Album.
Awesome.
But Nergal, hey, salute to you, my friend, and we'll see you in Australia very soon, I hope. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. That's the plan. Thank you. Be safe. Bye.